Yeah, no, that's good. I've never actually spoken into one of these before, so how close do I get? Do I like?
Come on, you're not used to a big black stiff thing in front of your face.
No.
Please, come on. Kidding me? From Jersey, I know how it is over there.
This looks a little different than a BBC.
I'm from the East Coast too. I know what's going on.
Oh, I know.
How we doing? We good?
Yeah, we're good, and we are rolling now.
Oh my God. All right. First question I got for you is what the fuck? Just in general, like why are you so fucking amped up all the time? Why are you so pissed? Or are you happy? I can't really decide.
I'm a little bit of both. Lots of stimulants, lots of pre-workout, and lots of aggression.
Pre-workout and coffee all day long?
All day long. Oh, I drink 10 cups of coffee a day.
So yes. I watched a lot of the videos, and I've seen you getting hyped up about, this and that. But it seemed like to me what was something that had you kind of maybe get more into the general public, had more and more people put more and more eyes on you all the time was the CrossFit stuff. Once you started to let loose on CrossFit, what's the beef you got with these guys?
Well, okay. Well, first of all, you're talking about years ago. But
it is several years ago.
Yes.
Have they grown on you? Have you softened up in your old age? What is happening here?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
Come on,
I thought we were going to have to close the show out.
No. To briefly describe the CrossFit thing, the first time I saw it was probably 2013, 2014 somewhere, and just the shit that they were doing looked ridiculous. And at the time
it still does look ridiculous.
I had about 500 followers on Instagram at the time, and I made one video, and the response it got was fucking stupid. I'm allowed to curse, right? By the way?
Okay, say whatever you want.
Yeah, it was the response I got was just absolutely ridiculous. So every day for a year, we made a video. Well, me and my team made a video bashing CrossFit.
There's so many people in the commercial gyms that wanted to continue their bro success, so to speak.
Yeah.
And these CrossFitters are kind of infiltrating. And the CrossFitters, too, the worst part about them, and I don't know if you mentioned this in any of your videos, but they take up all the hot chicks.
I mean, I've never seen a CrossFitter take up a hot chick. I mean, shit.
Well, all the hot chicks are out of CrossFit. Not all of them, but there's a lot of them in there.
Yeah, I mean,
shorts. I mean, at least that came out of CrossFit, right?
No comment.
Can we give them credit for anything, or are we just no?
I'm not going to give them credit for anything. No. You're barking up the wrong tree. You know what I give them credit for? They take people that probably wouldn't exercise and put them in a gym setting, or in some kind of.
And then you can get a hold of them, and you can.
And then I get a hold of them and tell them the way that it really should be, and we should be doing,
Are you related to powerlifter Gary Frank?
No, I'm not.
How about Sean Frankel?
No, I'm not.
Benjamin Franklin?
No, I'm not.
Frankenstein?
Yes.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yes,
I knew I was going to get. I knew I was going to get one of those in there. Hot dogs or hamburgers?
Hamburgers.
In-N-Out or McDonald's?
I've never had In-N-Out, so I'm going to go McDonald's.
Short girls or tall girls?
Short.
Thick girls or skinny girls?
How thick are we talking?
Mm-hmm.
We'll go thick girls.
There we go. Yeah, well, we're saying thick. I think we would describe them in another way.
If you're talking about Jabba the Hutt, fuck that.
Yeah,
but if you're talking about a little meat on the bones, I'm good.
New school or old school?
Old school.
That looks apparent. iPhone or Android?
Come on, iPhone.
Yeah, it's got to be that. What are these people with trying to hold on to the Android for?
I've made all my friends get iPhones. Like if I text you and it's green, like you're cut off to me.
Yeah, I hate that. I had to get rid
when I saw that you had blue, I was like, yes.
Oh, it was like little hearts over my head.
Yes.
Yeah, I had to do that with my employees. We had to we were going to light one on fire, but we just, I don't know. We never got around to it.
That would be amazing.
We didn't think it was ethical or something. I don't know. I don't know what happened with that. But the two things that you care about from the videos that I could gather after going through hundreds and hundreds of videos on YouTube, which is it Frank 615 or Robert Frank 615
Frank
on YouTube?
Yes.
615. There we go. You care about the next set and getting your noodle wet.
Correct.
Is that right? What does that mean?
Well, my next set, meaning all I give a fuck about is my next set, whether it's bicep curls or tricep push down, lat pull down, whatever the fuck, and get my fucking dick wet.
Okay. What's your favorite exercise? I hear you bring up one of them all the time, so it's already in my head on what the favorite exercise is.
You're probably referring to the incline bench press.
There we go.
Yeah.
You never met an incline bench that you don't like?
No, never. Dumbbell only. Barbell fucked me up years ago, but incline dumbbells, I'm all about it.
So I know you're having a lot of fun yelling and screaming and getting people fired up, but there is a message behind a lot of the stuff that you do. You know, when I saw, you know, the one that really captured me into watching more of your stuff was the one about racism.
Right.
I thought that one was awesome because I think a lot of people need to hear stuff like that. And it's interesting, you know, going through a lot of the videos and looking at some of the stuff that you said, there is an underlying message, even though it is yelling and screaming, and even though you are taking words and rhyming them together and having a ton of fun with it. I thought that message was really powerful.
Yeah, definitely. All the videos that I bring, we try to bring a little bit of comedy, a little bit of controversy, a little bit of motivation, but at the end of the day, for the majority of the videos, 99.9% of the videos, it's just about building your confidence. And the racism one was a little bit different, but we've done 2 racism videos. And the one thing that I was just trying to get across to people is when you're in a gym, it doesn't matter what kind of gym, even a fucking CrossFit gym. It doesn't matter what color you are, like your brothers, your sisters, like, so it doesn't, and people, that video did very, very well. It's got like 30 million views or so on Facebook.
Right.
So it's it reached the right places, the right people. All your biggest multimedia platforms were sharing it because it's an important message coming from a douchebag meathead that yells in his car with his shirt off. You know, it's like,
yeah. How do you get so sweaty? Or is that oil? One of these guys oiling you up? Your entourage?
Lots of stimulants and heated seats, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How long you been training for?
Well, what do you consider training? I've been going to the gym.
People always have 2 stories. You know, they got, hey, I started when I was 14, and then they got some other things.
I got serious where I haven't taken any more than a couple days off because of illness or something like that, probably since 2002, I'd say. So it's
just
been a while.
Plowing straight through.
Yeah, plowing straight through. But I take care of my body, and I do bro workouts, so it's like,
I can tell
easy
with the
on
amount of imaginary lat syndrome you have going on.
Exactly.
You really take care of that body.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I don't deny that.
How much air is underneath that hooded sweatshirt right now? Is that a Reebok pump jacket? Right there?
Trolling my ass. Fuck.
Well, hey, you know, somebody's got to, right?
No, there's no air.
Oh, that's the real deal. I can see the pecs in there.
Yeah. You know,
you got that
swollen
that
pecs lead to sex, baby.
You got that smoky upper pec bicep development.
Yes.
Our boy Smokey here at Super Training loves the bodybuilding stuff.
Okay.
Is that what you've been doing for a long time? Bodybuilding or more powerlifting? Or
No, definitely not powerlifting, which is why I was afraid to come on this show. But no, definitely bodybuilding, like bro workouts. Your chest day, Monday through Thursday, biceps and triceps on Friday and Saturday, and then if I'm not too hungover on Sunday morning, we'll do shoulders and back.
Biceps and triceps. Why are they on the weekend?
Because that's the Guido pump.
That's what we before you go out, you got to get the vein going.
About an hour before you go out, you got to get that sick fucking pumps, and then you go to the bar and you're juicy as fuck, man.
How did some of this get started? Because again, I've seen some of the videos where you're giving information, like you're talking about like diet and stuff, but they're old videos.
Right.
So how did it morph into this Macho Man Robert Frank thing we got going on nowadays?
I was doing I was slowly introducing the character of the Robert Frank, and as you probably know, I'm a huge wrestling fan from back in the 80s and 90s and shit like that. So that had a lot of influence.
You know, everybody should be.
They should.
If they haven't seen that era, they need to go back and watch it.
Absolutely.
Part of American history.
Absolutely. And not just WWF. I'm talking NWA, World Class Championship Wrestling, AWA, all that shit, for sure. But I was slowly introducing that character on YouTube, and it really wasn't getting that much of a response. People were just like, oh, this guy's an asshole. This guy's a douchebag. Who the fuck is this guy? And then the one video that just blew everything up was the Pokemon Go Fuck Yourself. And that's the video that took me from zero to hero, and people just can't get enough of that guy now.
I think
it's by accident.
Yeah. I think when people start to recognize that that's just part of your personality, that's part of who you are, then I think they start to appreciate it.
Right.
And they start to get into it, and they start to hear some of the catchphrases that you got, and then at that point, they're kind of waiting for them.
Right. Yeah. I mean, when people meet me out and they come up, they're always like timid and they always have to check their phone. They're like, "Are you Robert Frank?" Because like you're not in a bandana, you're not screaming at me. Like, who are you? But,
yeah.
And even when we go to expos and personal appearances, people like they're so surprised that I'm not like in their face yelling at them, because that's not. If I was that guy all the time, I'd be fucking dead. I'd have a heart attack. You know what I mean? So you got to find that happy medium.
You'd be too fired up.
Right, exactly.
You're pretty opinionated. What would you do? Do you own a gym?
No, I do not own a gym.
What would you do if you owned your own gym? What would that look like? Walk us through that. Walk us through the front doors of Robert Frank's Freak Show
the
gym.
The name of the gym would be the Glorious House of Gains, and it would be red and black themed, and it would have nothing but upper body equipment, and yeah.
What if somebody was caught trying to perform some sort of lower body activity on the upper body stuff?
Oh boy, that'd probably get kicked out of the gym. You first get a warning. Don't do that shit around me, and then
it's tough when you get a little top heavy, though. You know, if you build up the upper body so big, then you're just walking around on those stilts.
I know all about it, man.
you've been living that life.
I've been living the gimmick, man. It's like Robert Frank's gimmick is don't train no fucking legs, don't do any of that shit, and so I make all that come true now.
I saw
because if I start training legs somewhere and then people are like, oh, people take pictures now, camera phones, cell phones are like, this motherfucker really trains legs.
Social media, there's fucking paparazzi.
Yeah, fuck social media, man. Damn.
You don't know who's gonna catch you.
Right, exactly.
You started your Instagram really early. Like your Instagram seems like it dates back.
Oh yeah, 2013. I want to say is when we first started making late 2013, almost 2014. Yeah.
Is there desire to be known? Is there a desire to kind of leave some sort of mark behind, other than just having fun with it and getting people excited about training? Is there something a little deeper there? You're trying to share some sort of message, or?
Yeah, again. I'll say it again. It all boils down to confidence. I want people to have like that guy that. I can't put it into words, but every video you need to know that no matter who you are, whether you're 110 pounds, whether you're 210 pounds, whether you're black, white, whatever you are, going to the gym is going to give you confidence, and everybody needs to do it. And
where does that come from? Did you lack confidence as a kid?
Yeah, because I was a skinny fuck growing up. I was a $120. When I first started working out, I was 126 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
I'm 131 today, so I put on 4 pounds in 20 years.
When you weighed 126 pounds? I've never met anybody that light.
I was probably 21, 22 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shit. You were skinny.
I was skinny as fuck, bro. So
and did you were you attracted to training at that age, but just didn't get into it because you were too maybe intimidated by it, or you just weren't exposed to it quite yet?
Yeah, I really didn't know. I mean, I don't even really remember the reason why I started going to the gym, other than there was this, I mean, this is a very boring story, so I'll keep it as short as possible. There was a supervisor at my job who was fucking jacked out of his mind. And here I am, 126-pound kid, 120, I think I said that right, 126-pound kid, and he was probably 6'2", about 260 pounds, and he wanted to take me under his wing. He was like, "You're gonna blow away in the wind, man." So he took me under his wing, and we trained together for about 3 months, and then I kind of went off on my own and never looked back. So,
yeah, that's how you got started, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think like when I'm watching the videos, you're super passionate and fired up about it. How long has it taken you to make a video like this? Because it seems like quite a bit of work's going into it.
You're talking about like the car videos?
Yeah, even though like some of the videos are only like a minute long.
Yeah, well, I try to keep them. I speed them up a little bit for Instagram just so they'll fit that minute. But no, the videos take me maybe 5-10 minutes to make.
You've gotten used to it.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about getting into pro wrestling? You said you're a fan.
I've thought about it, and I've been contacted by every single wrestling promotion that there is known to man that's out there right now, independent federation, overseas, whoever, except WWE,
right.
That want to bring me in for something or other.
Right.
They want me to come in and pump up the crowd before the event or something like that. But I just don't know how I would do live. That's my only thing. But eventually I'll get over that, and I'm going to take someone up on their offer, and I'm going to stand in the middle of the ring and scream at people.
Yeah, it would be good to try. I think the only thing is that I'll tell you is that they're gonna try to tell you that you don't have to do anything, and you will have to do something. Like because you can't go in and yell and scream and then not back it up unless you're just amping the crowd up or something. But they'll try to make it seem like it's going to be.
They'll want me to take a chair shot or something like that,
exactly.
or give a chair shot. Which
means that you're going to end up getting one at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
It means something's going to happen to you. What's your favorite wrestler of all time?
That is a really good question.
There's some good ones out there.
Yeah, I would say probably when I was a kid, the wrestler that I was the most afraid of, who still sticks out to this day, is Bruiser Brody.
Oh my God,
Bruiser Brody was
taking us way back.
Yeah, I mean, and even the early Macho Man. I'm not talking about the Macho Man that was in King. WWF or Macho King and the NWO Macho Man. I'm talking about the Macho Man before he even got to WWF. Like the old school Mid-South scary motherfucker.
What was he on?
I don't know. I need some of that shit.
Yeah, I've heard he's like notorious for drinking just pots of coffee. And I'm sure a lot of other things, but that he was like notorious for that.
Yeah,
Bruiser Brody, he ended up like getting stabbed in a locker room or something crazy, right?
Jose Gonzalez, in Puerto Rico. Probably early mid '80s, something like that. I just remember him, dude, with the furry boots and the long hair and fucking like, I was a scary motherfucker when you were a little kid, man.
He was a savage, and he was always in character. He's always doing that huss screaming and like doing some weird shit with his hands. I don't even know what he was doing, but there's a lot of those wrestlers from back in the day were scary. There was Abdul the Butcher, who had battle after
big
battle
feuds with Brody, for sure.
And Abdul the Butcher was fat, and he had all those big fucking things dug out of his head because he would bleed so much.
The fork, he would pull the fork out and start stabbing people in the head with it. Yep, I remember.
Did you get a chance to see Ric Flair's documentary?
I did not, but I'm ashamed to say that because I'm a big Ric Flair fan.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah,
were you an Ultimate Warrior fan or?
When the Ultimate Warrior got big, that's kind of when I fell out of wrestling for a while, and I didn't get back into it until like the NWO thing. Right. Like a buddy of mine was like, yo, you got to start watching wrestling again. There's like some fucked up shit going on.
Well, wrestling, it keeps going in waves, At this stage right now, it's back to kind of somewhat of being, PG-ish, PG-13-ish.
Oh, for sure.
And when we were kids, when Hogan got popular and some of those things started to happen, that's when you saw it kind of go PG again. And Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior and everybody kind of like fell in line, And then there was the Attitude Era, and then there was... Once that happened, then there was the WCW split up, and then it was the two different promotions going on at different times. Yeah. You have your own supplement company?
I do not have my own supplement company, but I work with Steel Supplements and Jason Huh. So Jason's a big fan, by the way.
Yeah, that guy's huge.
Yeah, Jason. Yeah,
Jesus Christ,
he's definitely a household name in bodybuilding.
I don't want to take a picture of any of that guy. That guy's got huge arms.
Yeah, well, I don't want to take a picture next to you, man. So that's why I'm wearing the hoodie today.
I appreciate it. I tried to keep it baggy.
No, I see what's going on, the war on carbs, man. I see what's happening here.
It's an all-out assault, man.
Yeah.
You got to watch out for those sneaky bastards.
I see that.
Well, thank you. Maybe we can both end up in the car later.
Let's do it.
Maybe we can both end up in the car sweaty later. You never know. What was up with you getting held up at customs? What happened there?
Well... do you want the real story behind that, or do you want me to make something up?
Too many boner pills?
Yeah, no. It was actually a well thought out ad by Steel Supplements, and we were supposed to let this.
I thought it was real.
A lot of people did. A lot of people sniffed it out. I would say probably 80-20. 80% thought it was real. 20% sniffed it out and was like, oh, this is bullshit. How is he getting the surveillance tape the day that he got arrested? Like all that shit.
Yeah. But, did you make up a reason why you got the surveillance tape? Like, did you?
Well, the director of the film told me that he made up some bullshit that when you're a public figure and you make your money on social media, your lawyer can subpoena the film
gotcha.
Because that's your livelihood and whatever. But it was, obviously all bullshit. But no, we got the internet going, and it was pretty cool. And I had but for the record, I had no idea that there was going to be a black dildo in that book bag. They told me to stay in character. They said, whatever comes out of this book bag, whatever he says, whatever he does, stay in character like you're scared to death. And then that black dildo smacked on the table and he was like, Robert, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, black dildo, sir? And I broke.
And
I broke character.
Yeah,
it was horrible.
You just fucking died right there on the spot.
I did. I couldn't hold it anymore.
You know, you're going around now and just getting out there a little bit more. You're coming here to Super Training, and I think you're also going down to Bradley Martin's gym, right?
Yep. We're going to Bradley Martin on Friday. We got a couple other stops that we're making in LA. Yeah, we're just trying. Yeah, we're going to make the most of this trip.
You got a skit planned out with that guy because he's always got something up his sleeve.
Not really, but I have something in mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'll save that for that day. We'll see if he wants to do it or not. But I think it'll be fun.
He's got a pretty awesome gym. Tell me about some of the gyms that you grew up training in, because like the East Coast just has a different vibe, you know, like when I first started training, I trained in a dingy, just disgusting, like I would say, Rocky 3 looking type gym, you know, just fucking smelled, you know, and
VIP health and fitness.
A lot of just steel and just, you know, there wasn't a lot of machines. There was definitely no cardio equipment to be found anywhere. And it was dudes working out in work boots and jeans and coming in from the cold and squatting 600 pounds and deadlifting and shit. Your environment similar?
Yeah, definitely. The first gym that I ever joined, other than getting like a summer membership when I was like a really little kid at like a Lifestyle Fitness or something, was a gym in New Jersey, Central Jersey, North Brunswick. Still there today, under a different name, and it was your stereotypical hardcore gym, like your spit on the floor, needles in the toilet, like just all kind of exactly. Dirty, but it was a place that you trained and you learned, and there was actually a sign above the scale that says, if you're not 200 pounds, keep your shirt on. Like you could not wear a tank top. They didn't care how ripped you were. They didn't care how diced you were. You could have been 185 pounds sliced. If you had a tank top on, they'd put you on a scale, and these big motherfuckers that were like we're talking about days of like the Marcus Rule when he ruled the world. Like these were the big motherfuckers.
Giants,
Yeah. Don't wear a tank top. So, I mean, obviously back then I was like 150 pounds, so I had like 3 hoodies on and shit. So
do you follow bodybuilding a lot?
Not as much as I did. I used to buy all the magazines and shit like that at the, you know, your Deli or the Krausers, whatever.
Right.
But no, not any. I don't follow it really anymore.
I saw the garbage bag video. You have a video where you're talking about losing weight and you're like wearing a garbage bag for your training or something. It's old.
Yes.
It's old, but what a old school archaic method to lose weight.
Yeah, I mean, you sweat like a motherfucker, but I always felt like I was going to pass out because I feel like all the water was just drained from my body and like sitting around my midsection. I would take that thing off and literally pools of water would come out. But I don't know how healthy that was.
You know, supplements have come a long way over the years. Like when I was you know, just kind of getting my feet wet with training. There was all the EAS stuff. There was Metrex in the beginning.
Sure.
There was fucking Steel Bars, which a Steel Bar had, I think, like 60 grams of sugar in
Tiger's Milk bar. Oh my God. Yeah, I remember all that shit.
There was Phosphagen and Phosphagems and creatine came out for the first time, and there was just all kinds of weird stuff. Have you tried like just about everything under the sun?
For sure. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Everything that you could think of. Especially when you're first starting out and you're 126 pounds and you hear the guy at GNC or wherever like, oh, you got to take this, and you're spending all this fucking money.
When I used to go to GNC in Poughkeepsie, New York in the mall, my brother would always warn me. He's like, my brother always thought everybody was a scumbag because it takes one to know one, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And so my brother, he'd say, hey, the guy that works the counter there, he's a fucking scumbag. He's going to try to rip you off. He's going to try to sell you something. He's like, I don't know what the guy's doing over there, but he's always doing some weird shit, you know? And so I go in, my brother gives me instructions on what to get.
Okay.
And my brother always seemed crazy, but he was always right, you know? So I went in there. The guy seemed really nice. I was like, oh, my brother's full of shit. He's an idiot, you know? And I'm buying this stuff. And the guy goes, hey, you know what? He's like, I don't know if you got the extra cash for it, but I got some stuff in the back.
Oh boy,
that's really
the shit in the back.
Yeah. He's like, I got some shit in the back that I'm gonna go get. I'll just show it to you, and then you can decide. Comes out with Twin Lab amino fuel.
Twin Lab amino.
He's like, we got to keep this in the back. We can't have it up front here. He's like, I had to get it out of the back. With the key. They had the key.
I remember that. Yeah, and a lot of the places had the glass cases that you couldn't even touch the shit until you had 3 employees standing there. Yeah,
I didn't buy it because I didn't want to get my ass beat by my brother. But
it's probably a good thing you didn't.
But yeah, it's evolved so much, and then now there's tons of pre-workout. You mentioned you take a lot of pre-workout, get yourself fired up
for sure.
Drinking coffee and shit and Monster Energy drinks.
Oh yeah. I'm stimulants. That's how I run, man. So
that's how you do it.
That's how I do it. That's how I stay awake.
Yeah. Do you train with these guys? You train with your buddies that you brought in today?
Yeah, we have a good crew, man. That not only training buddies, but they're like a part of the team. I mean, we do everything together in terms of training together, coming up with video ideas together, travel together. We're like a traveling circus, man. So
you guys train at different gyms and stuff?
Well, we all train at one of the Retro Fitness, which is big on the East Coast. And once you're a member of One Retro, you can go to any of them. And we all live like probably within 30 minutes of each other, so we take turns going to each other's gyms.
You guys go to tanning beds together?
Not at the same time. Jimmy has actually asked me to go tanning with him in the same bed, but I turned him down.
Hey, you got to have some sort of line, right? You can't cross that line. Yeah, I know. Like, I'm from New York, but when I, lived in Ohio and stuff for a while when I was older, I kind of recognized, I was like, why the fuck is everybody here so tan? And people on the East Coast a lot of times are more tan than a lot of people on the West Coast, especially people that train.
Fake and bake, baby.
Because they fucking hit up the old tanning bed.
Right, exactly.
You do anything in particular with your diet?
It all depends on like what I'm trying to get ready for, but as of the war on carbs, man.
Yeah.
I try at least Monday through Friday, try to really limit the carbs. Saturday and Sunday, I kind of fall off. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm doing really well midweek, and it's just high protein, moderate fats, and carbs. I try to keep, just to like vegetables and stuff like that, a little bit that you get from that.
Sound like you're on a little bit of the John Cena plan, because John Cena, who's standing right here, by the way.
Yeah, buddy.
John Cena goes low carb, and then his only carbs are alcohol.
Wow,
I know.
Okay, shit.
I'm
down with that.
But see, the common denominator here is that he's East Coast too.
Right.
So that's what's going on. That's what's up.
Yeah, John Cena. I watched him on Monday night. Guys, how old is John Cena?
John Cena is 40 years old.
40 even? Okay.
Probably, yeah. Okay. Yeah, right around 40.
I thought he might have been a little bit older.
He's a little bit younger. He's a little bit taller. He's more jacked. The whole thing is fucking, you know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I don't know.
Some people just they just have it all. Who knows why?
He's still got it, man.
Who knows why?
I saw a couple videos where he was lifting those fake CrossFit plates, though.
Yeah, he's not afraid of them.
Oh, okay.
He's not. He's not afraid to get out angled either.
I'm definitely afraid of that.
Are you going to the Arnold this year?
We want to stop by on one of the days. I believe Saturday. We're just gonna take a ride. It's about 8 hours from us, so we're gonna take a bro trip.
Yeah,
load up the bros in a truck and just head down and walk around for a couple hours and then head back. But we're not gonna, go all 3 days.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of fun, but it is a lot of you meet a lot of people, and I'm sure with you in particular, they probably want you to do a specific speech.
Yeah, well, I mean, we weren't going to do a booth or anything like that, but that was my biggest fear: is once one person recognizes that I'm there, then everybody's going to
hey, say this, hey,
yell on the phone, swallows the goal size of the price, all that stuff, which I don't mind doing, but. After you do it over and over again, you're just trying to chill with the bros and walk around and like, this is my opportunity to meet people, that I've never met before. I'll fucking stand online to meet Mark Bell for 45 minutes. You know what I mean? But, yeah, so it's still up in the air, but it looks like we're going to make the trip.
Who are some of the people in the fitness industry that you look up to?
That's a good question. You're putting me on the spot here.
You don't have to name everybody.
Well, Mark Bell, definitely number one. right now, you know who it is? It's the people who, the late Rich Piana. I'm not going to mention Jason Hub because then that would just be favoritism because he's like my boss. But like your Rich Piana,
we got to name him because he's jacked,
right? So
you knew Rich?
Fletcher.
You knew Rich really well?
I did not know Rich. No. But the reason why they're important to me is because they're people who I feel like put social media personalities like on the map, like CT Fletcher, your Rich Pianas, your people like Simeon Panda.
Well, that's what I admired about your videos. I'm like, this guy, you know, you're just all in. You know, I'm like, he doesn't mind just, you know, you're rhyming and fucking around, and you do have a message, and you are, you know, yelling, and you are fired up. But it's very clear that you're just free. You're not worried about being like judged, you know? Right. And you're having fun with it. I think once people realize that, once people say to themselves, okay, the guy's just like letting down his guard. He's just fucking going for it. It's like if somebody dances really poorly, you know,
and you're like, don't give a fuck.
They don't care. And then you laugh and you're like, that's fucking cool. Like, that's fun. Like,
exactly.
Puts you in a better mood.
The secret is, and I've said this in plenty of interviews in the past, I never expected that guy to be like motivating and help people. I wanted him to be like hated, like because who else is going to sit there shirtless in a car screaming about shit with a bandana on like this is 1980? I wanted him to be like someone that was hated, but it was the exact opposite. So
you got to be really careful that the comments don't steer you too far away because you created the persona your own, and then people took the persona and they made it into an interpretation for themselves.
They judged where it goes.
So if you ping pong around and you listen to the comments and you allow that to affect you, your trajectory might go in a different direction.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like on one hand you want to take what they're saying into consideration. On the other hand, you want to be like, fuck that, I'm going to do it my way.
Yeah. And it's hard. Really where we really get the most influence and the feedback is from the DMs that we get. People will leave anything in the comment. Slide in a DM, man. They want the sausage. But what people will leave in the comment section is more so they get noticed by other people that are commenting. But the people that will leave you a DM and say that you're changing their life, or I'm in the gym because of you, or I've got this going on in my life, but I watch your videos and they pump me up, they motivate me. That's like a private thing. And that's what fuels me and keeps me, you know, motivated to keep doing these kind of videos. So
you can't spell DM without the
I don't know.
D.
Without the D. You are correct.
That's right. Yes. One way or another, they're going to get the D.
Yes. And by the way, motherfucker, stop sending me dick pics, man. I don't want to see them anymore.
Oh, now you're going to get 10 times more.
No.
That's great. You know, people are just like Googling.
I had to turn off my Snapchat like notifications because I would get like just random dicks. I'm like, dude, I don't want to see your dick.
Any of them impressive at least?
No.
Oh, that's even worse.
Like at least
work on the angle or fluff yourself up or something.
Exactly.
There's got to be something you can do.
Yes.
Have any messages been real personal, like where somebody's, you know, had something kind of tragic happen and, you know, some of your videos have helped type of deal?
We get people, everything. I mean, people like suicidal thoughts. We get messages like my videos have helped. Like someone told me one time, and correct me if I'm wrong, that they like had like a knife to their throat or something. And my video was the one that stopped them from doing that. So, but we get so many, it's overwhelming. That's
awesome.
For sure. Definitely. We get a lot of,
you read a lot of the comments that pop up like on the YouTube videos and on Instagram?
Not as much as I should.
Right.
I try to go through them and sift through them and see what people are saying, but it's so overwhelming. I mean, the videos that I get, they're in the thousands of comments. So if you're posting on all three platforms, your YouTube, your Facebook,
people start having conversations,
right,
everything else.
Right.
Do you tend to kind of, you know, notice the negative ones? You know, that seems to be like, do you get negative comments?
Well, the way that I have my YouTube structure set up, and I don't know if you have this as well, but I have like the YouTube Manager app where you could see the comments that come through, but you can only see the top 3. And sometimes I'll check up on it just to see what's going on YouTube. And if I catch one that's good, I'll screenshot it. And then I do these every couple months. I'll do these hater dance videos where I feature the dickhead comments that people leave me, and I just dance in my kitchen to all the shitty things that people want me to die. People want me to just, it's horrible the things that people say about me, man. So I just
what are they so upset about?
Don't know, man. They just, like, why are you alive type shit.
Are you, when you train in the gym, are you pretty serious? Are you headphones on, kind of mad dogging everybody, or are you having fun?
When I'm by myself, definitely with the headphones, but obviously when you're training with the bros, you know,
just kind of kicking it.
Yeah, you kind of kick it. And we're always good for like the first 30 minutes where we're serious and intense, but then conversation takes over, and then shit just goes haywire.
Once you get the pump.
Exactly, yeah. Once the pump is there, man, it's achieved, then you just go home.
What about CT Fletcher?
Love him.
He's amazing.
Motivating as fuck.
Have you had a chance to meet him?
Absolutely. Me and actually, CT Flair, the first time I met him was in London, and we were at the FitCon UK, and our booths were right next to each other. So we spent some time together there, and awesome dude. Awesome.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites too, and hopefully he's able to get past this next.
Of course.
He's got to get a heart transplant or something fucking crazy like that.
But he just goes to show that, I mean, he really didn't get popular until like his 40s.
Yeah, so what I mean? Videos, so he's like, hey, I'm CT Fletcher. I'm going to show you how to bench. And no one cared.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
But then he starts screaming at his biceps, I command you to grow, motherfucker. At like 45 years old, however old he was, people were like, this guy's a legend. I can't believe I never heard of him.
He told me, he's like, I made a fortune out of saying the word fuck. The whole fuck series.
It is true.
And now he has like Fuck Friday or whatever.
I love it. He's
got like 20% off his shirts or something like that.
Yeah, and he's pointing at the camera. It's Fuck Friday, motherfucker. 20% off all my shit. That says fuck on it. And like every shirt has fuck on it.
I think people would be surprised to know if you've ever, or they'd be surprised to understand that you've never been kicked out of a gym. Have you ever been kicked out of a gym?
I've been asked to leave a Planet Fitness before.
There we go.
Yeah.
Planet Fitness, the old lunk alarm.
Yeah, the lunk alarm got me.
What was it, the bandana?
No, I didn't have the bandana on then. This was back when my Instagram started to gain followers, we'd say. I did this thing where once we hit 10,000 followers on Instagram, I said I would go to Planet Fitness and try to get kicked out, and it worked. So we hit 10,000. We drove to a Planet Fitness.
Just use some chalk?
No, I grabbed the heaviest dumbbells that they had, which were like 45s, by the way.
Made a lot of noise.
And I just started screaming gains at the top of my lungs, and then the lunk alarm went off, and then it went off, and then I played it off. I was like, nah, we're going to be good. We're going to be good. The kid was okay. And then I started screaming again, and he was like, dude, you got to leave. So we grabbed a Tootsie Roll on the way out and bounced.
That's great. They have Tootsie Rolls over there?
Yeah, right at the front desk, bro.
Smokey, we got to get over there. we gotta check that gym out. What's next for you? What do you got coming up?
Oh, we have so much going on right. We have our hands like in everything right now. Obviously, to keep what we're doing with the videos, obviously, because that's where I have the most fun. We just filmed for a TV pilot in September, cool. So we're just waiting to hear the feedback from that. So many things. I can't even, I mean, obviously I have my own merch line and everything like that. Yeah. I don't want to do a shameless plug right now, but
I don't care if you do. It don't matter to me.
You can get all your Robert Frank 615 merch at robertfrank615.com.
You might as well plug it. And I did that when I was on, I was fortunate enough to be on Joe Rogan, and he was like, plug something. And I didn't the first time. And the second time when he said it, I was like, bet your ass I'm going to do it.
Yeah, let me plug some shit, man.
Yeah, I think people don't mind. I mean, you're giving up your time.
Right.
You know. How long have you been training for?
Like I said, since early 20s. Seriously going to the gym and not taking, breaks other than being sick for a weekend or something like that.
So you were like 140 pounds, 120 pounds.
$126 was the first day on the scale. Yeah.
How were you able to, like a lot of people that are listening to this that are thinner, they want to gain weight, they want to get bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Other than taking tons of Tren.
Yeah, right. Trenbolone sandwiches, right?
Yeah. Trenbolone sandwiches.
Trenbolone sandwiches,
that could be,
they're good as fuck.
It could be like a drive-through business.
It took me forever because obviously...
That's the name of this podcast, by the way. Trenbolone sandwiches.
Trenbolone. This podcast was brought to you by Trenbolone sandwiches.
See?
No, it took me a very long time to gain weight because I don't have the normal like split that people do. Like I train a lot differently, and you're really not going to grow that much just training chest and arms every day. You know what I mean? So,
Smokey, you writing this down?
Yeah, it's
chest and arms every day.
Chest and arms every day, man. Yep. It's an upper body. Rick Rude said, you're a wrestling fan. Rick Rude said back in the day, Steve Austin asked him, how come you don't train legs? He goes, it's an upper body business. Nobody gives a fuck about legs, man.
I've heard you say that before. It's an upper body. It kind of is.
Yeah.
Kind of is an upper body business.
I mean, just think about it. Picture you're out at the bar. Picture you're not married. I'm engaged. I have a fiance. So, but just picture the normal dude.
So you can only have a few side chicks.
Right, exactly. Like 4. She's not listening to this, is she? No.
I hope not, right?
You're at the bar. You got a sick pump. The bar's crowded. What are the girls going to see? They're going to see you from the waist up.
That's right.
And by the time you get them home, they ain't going to give a fuck about your legs anyway. You're in there like swimwear. So
they just care about the biceps and the pecs.
Bicep peaks, get the freaks in the sheets, baby.
Damn. He's got all the rhymes going. Have you ever been injured training?
Yes. Actually, I just found out about an injury that I had not too long ago. I have a torn rotator cuff and torn biceps tendon in my right shoulder bicep. Yeah. And I've been training with it since 2014 and just altering how I work out.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
You have to give this guy a slingshot or two.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, maybe.
What's your favorite food?
Favorite steak.
Favorite TV show?
Why am I drawing a blank here?
Do you watch a lot of TV?
Walking Dead. Yes,
oh, yeah, I like Walking Dead.
Walking Dead. Before Walking Dead was Jersey Shore, but yeah, Walking Dead.
Yeah, Walking Dead. I've been following along since the first season, and it kind of just seems like it's. I don't know. It's sometimes these shows. It seems like they're just making up shit as they go along. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they literally
well,
kind
it
of
supposedly follows the comics loosely,
right,
so
right.
But obviously they got to switch it up.
But it kind of drags on, and you're like, some episodes are fucking terrible.
You could always bank on the first episode of a season, the last episode of a season. Like they always split it up in mid-season.
There's like 3 good episodes.
You're gonna get 3 or 4 good episodes out of 16. So you just got to find them.
What about movies?
Movies. I really don't watch any new movies, but like I'm a big Star Wars.
You're just sitting there with 80s movies on all day long.
Star Wars trilogy, Lost Boys, Godfather, shit like that.
What'd you think of the newest Star Wars?
Was not a fan of the newest one that came out.
I didn't watch the video, but I saw you put out a video about it. You were just pissed about it, or what?
Yeah, they pulled some shit that just
didn't fly with you.
Just didn't fly, man. It's some bullshit, man. No, was not a fan of the new one.
It's hard to get used to the newer stuff. The older ones, that's like ingrained in your head forever, and they can't really change. They can't really change too much on you because it fucks with you.
Exactly.
Like, and what are we doing?
Seeing like the people that you remember from when you were a little kid, like looking so young and healthy, and now they just look old as fuck, man. I'm like, God damn, I'm old. But I was not a fan of the new Star Wars for sure.
What's like the worst thing that's ever happened to you in the gym, aside from training with these guys?
Aside from Joey playing on his phone all the time, let's see.
You got to yell at these guys a lot?
Kind of sometimes. Damn, I can't think the last time. Probably the most embarrassing thing, if you want to talk about that, I was doing
embarrassing / worst.
Yeah, embarrassing worst. Yeah, as I was doing when I was first working out, doing tricep push down with a lat pull down bar on one of the pulleys where if you take the pin out, that lat pull down bar is going to swing. And I pulled the pin out and that bar cracked me in the head. And there was the hottest fucking chick with the biggest ass that was like staring at me as it happened. And yeah.
Or maybe you saw what you wanted to see after you were knocked out.
No. I saw that ass. It was big, man. Yeah,
it was coming big for you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big asses on Instagram.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
It's glorious.
How do you hold down a fiance with all that going on?
Well, she's got a big ass too. So
well, there you go.
We call her Miss Booty Jiggles. So, MBJ for short.
Is she part of some of your stuff? I think
sure.
Yeah, I think I maybe seen her in some of the YouTube videos. I think.
Yeah. No, she's definitely part of the program. We kind of faded her out
training
a
upper
little bit.
body, or is she training lower body?
Well, it's
kind
okay
of a
for
conflict.
chicks can do lower body because they got to work on the booty. But she's got like a real job now, so she can't be.
What's that about?
Yeah, it's bullshit. We got to get her out of that. But
have you ever had a real job?
Yeah, I used to sell insurance, man, for 5 years. Well, I was a Teamster. I worked for a union for 15 years, and we all got laid off. I managed a gym for like a year and a half, and then I sold insurance for 5 years. And now I just do like.
Now you're Robert Frank.
I'm Robert Frank, 24/7.
That's great. Do you love doing that?
Love it. I love it.
Do you just kind of do stuff whenever, or are you real driven to schedule stuff out, or you just?
Oh no, we have these guys keep me on track, man. We
cool.
We have monthly meetings where we plan out skits and write out shit
serious.
that we do.
Meetings.
Yeah. Oh no, we do. We do meetings, man.
Shit's getting real.
Meetings, and no, we write out for the next couple of weeks or months of what we're gonna do, skits, what day we're gonna release, and. A good thing with my channel is I don't post a lot. I post maybe 2 times a week, so it kind of you could stretch it out a little bit. There's motherfuckers out there that post like every day. I'm like, I don't know how you guys keep coming up with this content, but we're more about quality over quantity. So,
I've seen you doing some posts about Donald Trump and some things like that. What would you do if you were president? If you could checkmate Donald Trump and Robert Frank was in charge? Will we have an inclined bench on every street? Or
I would think so. Yeah. Well, first of all, everybody would have to have a gym membership. We ain't gonna have no fat motherfuckers walking around. But no, yeah. If I was president, it would be mandatory that everyone be Jack Tan juicy as fuck, and yeah, that's
everyone's just got to train upper body
for sure. Yeah.
Well, it's chest. Is it chest and back?
No, chest is Monday through Thursday. Biceps, triceps, Friday and Saturday. And if you're not too hungover or whatever, on Sunday morning, you do some back and shoulders.
I would say that triceps almost makes you too balanced even. I would just go chest and biceps.
Chest and bis? Okay.
I mean, keep it all in front.
Well, we can't say that in front of Jimmy Triceps. He'll have a heart attack if we tell him.
You keep the triceps in there.
Right. We keep them in there for him.
It's more for
right.
It's more for him.
Yes.
With all this pre-workout and coffee and caffeine and everything, there's some blowouts that happen sometimes. Your stomach gets rumbling. You got any poop stories for us?
I don't have any poop stories.
Oh, man.
No, to believe it or not, and even back in the day when your Super Pump 250 came out from what is that, Gasparri that made that back in the day? People would online, you'd read on the forums on bodybuilding.com 3-4 minutes after I'm taking a shit. I never had that. Never bothered me.
Panda Express is a diuretic though, right?
Yes, faux show. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Panda Express will clean you out in a matter of minutes.
All right, I think that's all the time we got. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Robert Frank. I'm pretty easy to find everywhere. Robert Frank 615 on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, my store. And then obviously I have the relationship with Steel Supplements, and you can go to steelsup615.com.
Sounds good. Close us out, buddy.
Well, this is Robert Frank 615, and you're here with myself and Mark Bell, the two most jacked and tan motherfuckers on the goddamn internet.
Sounds good to me. Catch you guys later.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, that was fun, man.
Thanks, bro. Thank you very much.